What's going on, good people? It is your man D Toll. Want to welcome you to this week's edition of Shop Talk. Welcome to Shop Talk on a new day and a new time. But nonetheless, it is still the same great show, still the same great people with the amazing content as always. So we want to welcome you to today's show. Listen, those of you tuning in with us, whether you're watching us on Facebook, whether you're watching us on YouTube or even Instagram, or listening to us from one of our radio partners from around the country, or even hanging out with us on Apple Podcasts, I want to just say welcome, welcome, welcome to today's show. Listen, those of you who are with us, let me just let you know that you are tuned into Shop Talk, everyone's favorite show, right here on everyone's favorite network. My name is Demetrius Tollfree. How do you know? Well, it says so right there on the screen. You can hit me up, find me, and follow me everywhere on at D Tollfree, at DTOLEFREE. That's on Facebook. That's on Instagram, Twitter, if you use it, and so many other places that is social media driven. You can find me there as well as listen, I am in that season. People are already starting to hit me up. My birthday is just a few days away, actually 10 days away if my watch is correct. Yeah, 10 days away. But people already hit me up, and you can do the same thing. If you want to sew into Young D Toll, you can hit me up on Venmo at D Tollfree or Cash App $ D Tollfree. Again, that's DTOLEFREE. If you want to be able to sow into the life and to the ministry of young, I guess I can't keep saying young. I'm about to be a whole nother year. Anyway, I'm glad to have y'all hanging out with us. Before we get going, before we do anything, let me first of all remind all of you to make sure that you like, follow, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's right. Like, follow, subscribe, and even hit that little bell so that you can be notified each and every time we go live. And I know what you're saying. Well, how do I do it? I got you covered. Don't worry. All you have to do is just scan the QR code over my shoulder, and you will be able to make things happen. You'll be able to, be able to hang out with us each and every time we go live. Now, again, this is a new day and a new time for us, but we are glad to have you hanging out with us. I want to take a moment just to say what's up to Ryan Robinson, who is hanging out with us on Instagram. We also have some other people joining us on Instagram on the Freedom Radio page. Glad to have you hanging out with us as well. All right, y'all, let's get ready to get things going. And before we do it, I know y'all almost thought I was gonna forget. No, I didn't forget. You got to do me a favor, and that is you got to get on the phone, call, text, tweet, Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Social Cam, Periscope, Marco Polo. Do whatever you got to do, but you know who you got to tell. You got to tell your mama them, Ray Ray, Shay Shay, Day Day, Delicious them, Nuck Nuck them, Pojo them. Let them all know that we are live right here, right now on the Shop Talk family of networks, and we are extra, extra glad to have you hanging out with us. Speaking of hanging out with us, shout out to Bill Walker in the building. What is going on? Glad to have you hanging out. Also, shout out to Allegra Tollfree. She is yet the reason why I sing. She is in the building tonight as well. It's all to the good. And Bill asked, when was the Stellars? The Stellars was taped and recorded over this weekend, but it doesn't air until, I believe, the 30th. So you have not missed it as of yet. But thank you for tuning in and appreciate you hanging out with us. All right, y'all, we've got so much to talk about. We'll get involved with all of that in just a moment. But now, and I do mean right now, it's time for us to get ready to bring up our first co-host out in her own city. I got to work on that. Maybe I'm going to see if I can get my own city. But right now, she's the only one that I know with her own city of Hercules, California. She is in the building, my homegirl and yours. And you know how we do every time we bring up a guest, we gotta get a knock at the door. No, I'm not going to try to say the lyrics because I found that I was messing them up. So why even try? Let's get ready to bring. D-Toe got some rhymes. Why even try? Anyway, let's get ready to bring my homegirl up without further ado, the one and only Ashlyn Chara Cole. Ashlyn, girl, what's going on?
I mean, you've always had bars, though. I think that you think somehow in this life you gonna be a gospel rapper. I do.
I-
I do. I think in this life you think at some point you're gonna be a gospel rapper. You're gonna be a hip hop artist. I mean, I just want you to be any artist. It doesn't matter if you want to be a gospel hip hop artist. You want to be a gospel, R&B artist or a gospel, soul. I don't know, whatever. I just want Dito to be an artist. Get out there, get your music back out there. I thought y'all was getting back in the studio and doing some things with the Harvesters or
Yeah, and it's not my fault. So let me. It's a wonder you mentioned that.
fault.
So it gets to a certain point where I do my part, which I have done. So the song has been recorded. We have done all of our overdubs. We've done all the things that we have to do.
Right.
But you know what happens after that? It falls into the hands of the person that's doing the mixing, who left here that day with all the tracks. But from that day, that was in March. Can you believe it? From March to now, I haven't heard from that person who's going to be doing the mixing to let me know what type of progress they have or have not made.
So that's when you start a bugathon. That's when you start a bugathon in the morning. Hey, how we looking? In the noonday. Hey, how's your day going? In the evening. Hey, thinking about you. At the night. Hey, praying for you. Yeah, start a bugathon. And I promise you, get to bugging. Get to bugging. Get to bugging. If you want some things done, like if you don't like the situation that is happening, no matter what it is, you start a bugathon. And I promise you, somebody's gonna move. Either they're gonna say, you know what, I'm not the person for this job, and then you get the masters back, or you get the mixes back, and then you go find somebody else, or they're like, man, you right. I feel convicted. My apologies. I'm gonna get on this and I'm gonna have it to you, in a week or two or whatever it is. But yeah,
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it. I will do that. And considering that the person is a family member, they may not get too bugged when I start reaching out. Anyway, glad to have you hanging out with us. Shout out to the homie Shantaine, who has corrected me to make sure that I say her name correctly. What is going on? Shantaine, glad to have you hanging out with us. It is another great day. All right, y'all. It is time for us to keep things going. And in doing so, let's get ready to bring up our next co-host out in the ATL of Georgia. This time, not at work, should be in their own location to be able to hang out with us. And you know what? He's somewhat on time. So you know what we're going to do? I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and play, his theme music, because every good hero needs to have some. Yeah. He is our in-house hero. And those of you who are familiar with BMF, wish me luck. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I'm not. It's okay. I don't have my bars together. Let's get ready to bring up my guy without any further ado. The Hallelujah Morning Man himself. He is here with us live in person. My guy, Demetrius Hunter. Man, what's going on, man? Welcome to today's show. And yes, of course, we wish you luck.
Well, good evening. Hello, everybody out there. I think at this point, Dito, I think this is your way to have a quick hip hop moment. It seems like the intro gets played longer and longer and longer.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to figure out if I could get somebody to write me some bars, to write me some lines, I could make it happen. Now, yeah, I'm not that good of a rapper. I'm not a writer like that. It's not going to make sense if I do it. Like A, B, C, easy as 1, 2, 3. If I got to write the lyrics, so do re.
What's wrong with that? This is the thing. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Right? Okay, somebody wrote that. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on Jesus. Yeah, woke up with. Come on, it's very simple. It doesn't have to be the stars up above the head, indescribable, undeniable. The stars in the sky. It don't have to be all like that. It can just be simple.
Okay. Yeah. I hear you. I'm going to work on it and see what the future may hold for me in the rap game. Shout out to Jonathan Key in the building. What's going on, bro? Dee Dee Felder in the building. My guy who has changed his Facebook name, but this is Pastor A.L. Perkins in the building. What's going on, man? Glad to have you hanging out with us. And Allegra says to you, Michi, in specific, what is going on? Shout out to Gloria Forbes in the building. What is going on? Glad to have you hanging out with us. Someone who should be sitting next to us somewhere. Anyway, shout out to Ja'Cory somewhere out there. He's in the building. Shout out to Carlos Hale.
It's not a song.
It could
somewhere
be
out there. The five move, the little cartoon.
Out there,
yeah,
beneath the pale light, someone's thinking
you're on it tonight.
Yeah.
Karaoke Tuesdays here on Shop Talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Jesus.
I see all these comments coming in. Again, shout out to Carlos Hale out in Nashville, Tennessee. Had an amazing event during the Stellar Weekend. I'm sure that he is absolutely tired. Talking about the Stellars took place when, as if he wasn't there. Anyway, shout out again to Allegra Tofrey, who mentions that y'all to keep me in prayer. I'm working on it. I'm 1,000% pushing others. I know. I'm working on it. I am working on it. It is all to the good. All right, y'all. Let's get ready to keep things going. And in doing so, let's get ready to bring up our next co-host, who was our stellar representative. As she was there, she was everywhere. And Matt, she was so everywhere. I'm looking at her hair, and it's still dope out there. Maybe I should have played the background music. Anyway, let's get ready to reach out. See, I can't. My bars is not my thing. Let's get ready to reach out to the city of Charlotte, North Carolina. And in Charlotte, North Carolina, we have my friend, my homie, who had an amazing, amazing time. She didn't even have to go nowhere. She didn't have to fly nowhere. I don't even know. She might have got a hotel room just to be closer, but she didn't have to fly nowhere. But she was absolutely all around, and we'll get her updates in just a few. But let's get ready to bring her up, and we can't do it until we get a knock at the door. And let's get ready to bring up my homegirl and yours, the incredibly talented. Y'all should have saw her post. Don't call her sis. Yolanda Wild Praise Morant in the building. Yolanda, what is going on? Come on here and welcome.
Thanks. How y'all doing?
All is well. How about you? No. I'm going. Oh no, you're getting solo tonight. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I don't want to embarrass Queen because all my makeup is off. So.
Okay. It's all good. It's all good. Well, we are glad to have you. Glad to have you join us on this new night at this new time. As we continue what we do here, and that is this phenomenon called Shop Talk. Glad to have you hanging out with us. All right, y'all, we're going to keep things going. And in doing so, Allegra joins in and she says, hey, come on here. Come on.
Thank you, lady.
Yeah. Shout out to my guy, Bishop Charles F. Reed Jr. out in Texas. What's going on, man? Glad to have you in the building. And Carlos Hale says that he's still in his hotel room in Charlotte resting. Interesting. But I'm not mad at him. We'll get a chance to talk about that in just a few moments. But let's get things going. And I want to start tonight, with today's National Day. I only have two. Ja'Cory would be so proud. I only have two. And now this has me all over it. Matter of fact, both of them does. Today is, Lord have mercy, thank you, National Fajita Day. National
Hallelujah.
Fajita Day. So those of you who like some good Mexican food, it is today as we are streaming. It is Tuesday. So it is Taco Tuesday, so you can make some things happen.
Remember when Chili's? Remember when Chili's had the best fajitas, and you could go to Chili's and you could get the chicken and steak combo, and they would bring it out on that wrought iron sizzling plate with the wood underneath, and they'd have to have the little pot holder because it was so hot, and you would be like, "Oh, I am living the best life, living my best life."
They don't do that no more.
I don't know. I haven't been to Chili's. Does Chili's even exist anymore? I don't think I've seen a Chili's in.
Chili's exist. They exist. Matter of fact, I got one down the street. And every time I go, they know to bring me blackberry tea with extra syrup. So yeah, they still exist along with some free chips and salsa. You know what? I'm starting to feel something bubble up in my eat kind of shit.
You know what? Where's Jacory? Jacory, you need to come down here. We need to go have dinner. We need to go to Chevy's. Let me tell you, Chevy's on a Taco Tuesday, baby. Them chips and salsa don't miss. Okay, go to Chevy's.
But we don't have no Chevys no more. Do you? You have a Chevy?
Where do we go, Jacory, in Fairfield?
Oh, must have been in Fairfield because the one in Emeryville is gone. But anyway,
oh no, we went out to Fairfield. That chips and salsa, they know Jacory by name.
You know what?
And let me tell you, Didi, come on, we going to Taco Tuesday. Come on.
I'm not mad at y'all. Listen, y'all trying to mess me up, but yes, Bishop Reed, today is National Fajita Day, and he says that he does have Chili's there in Texas, Central Texas, where he is. Yes, sir. It is available to us. And then lastly, to close out today's National Day, after you've had fajitas, today is also National Ice Cream Pie Day. National Ice Cream Pie.
What is an ice cream pie, Dito? What is an ice cream pie? Like an ice cream
You don't remember the little ice cream cookies, like the little ice cream pies we used to sell in the store?
Go to Baskin.
Like an ice cream sandwich?
Ice cream pie. There's a difference between a pie and a sandwich.
I know, but what is an ice cream pie? I don't know what it is. We didn't have it. What is it?
It's a pie. Know what it is? It's a pie that instead of it having potatoes and all of that stuff.
Thank you, Charles Reed. Thank you. What in the world is an ice cream pie? What does that even mean? You just press ice cream down into a pie crust, or what? What does it have, a crust?
Yeah, absolutely. It has all of that. And instead of having a pie filling or sweet potatoes or whatever it might be, it has ice cream in it. Yes, absolutely.
Have you ever had an ice cream cake?
I've had
ice cream cake. So just kind of take that and kind of pie it, put it into a pie version.
That's messy. That's messy. No,
it's actually really good though. Baskin Robbins really did a really good one.
Absolutely, yeah.
But a pie, it wouldn't be melted by the time. See, I like my ice cream has to be solid. And you have to take it out of the freezer real quick. Put it back in the freezer, and then take a piece out and serve it, and then go back in the freezer, and then take another piece. That sounds like a lot of work, and it sounds messy.
No. Hold on. So first of all, Didi Felder says that ice cream pie is a thing. Shout out to Bishop Reed, who says he just Googled it. He says use a crushed. Yeah, one of y'all read that because my eyes are starting to fail me.
Use a crushed cookie or graham cracker crust. Fill it with softened ice cream like mint chip, coffee, or peanut butter.
Yes. Yeah, that's what you do. That's what you do. Shout out to Sister Vicky.
And you probably put it back in the freezer and it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Anyway.
And we have a whole day dedicated to ice cream pie.
Yeah, just like we have a whole day dedicated to fajitas. Yeah, absolutely. So those are our national days. We're going to keep things going. I only have one thing in terms of today in history. I only have one thing today in terms of today in history, and that is James Meredith. This was I can't even remember the year, but just let me tell you what happened in whatever year this was. James Meredith becomes the first Black student to graduate from the University of Mississippi. President John F. Kennedy, so it had to have been in the 60s, sent U.S. Marshals enforce the protect him during the time of the university, because this was not a university that we normally could go to. And he earned a bachelor's degree in political science. So I think this was like 1961.
1963. I just looked it up.
Okay, thank you very much. All right. Last but not least, during this time is our birthdays. I only have 3, and all of them are people who have gone before us. First of all, today is Robert Redford, the actor extraordinaire. Robert Redford, born in 1936. Born in 1936, closed his eyes just last year, 2025. The incredible actor Robert Redford. Also, secondly, Patrick Swayze. Many of you remember him from the movie Ghost. That's one of his more popular movies. Patrick Swayze was born
Dirty
this
Dancing.
day. Yeah, Dirty Dancing too. Yeah, that was a great movie too. Born this day in 1952. closed his eyes in 2009. And then last but not least, Malcolm Jamal Warner, born this day, 1970, my year of birth. And of course, due to an accidental situation last year, 2025, closed his eyes. Those are our 3 birthdays. Again, all of these people who have passed. I'm sure there are more people who have birthdays during this season that are alive and well. And so, Ashley, we get ready to throw it out to you. And remember, I'm in a 10-day countdown. I'm in a 10-day box. Thank you, Lord.
Come on.
To the day of my birth. But anyway, Ashley, we throw it out to you to encourage someone who might be having a birthday during this season. The virtual floor is now yours.
Absolutely. Well, I'm surprised that Magic Johnson's name didn't come up because I believe his birthday is today, born in 1959 in Lansing, Michigan. I didn't know people were born in Lansing, Michigan. So that's amazing. I go to Lansing, Michigan a couple times a year. So anyway, it is your birthday. If it's your birthday coming up, Deto's got one coming. I mean, we all are going to have a birthday this year. Amen. And so if it's your birthday or if it's somebody that, look, can you just celebrate? Can you just celebrate? You just never know what people are going through. You don't. And birthdays can be tough. Birthdays can have pressure. There can be a lot of things that go on during the birthday. So just be kind. Be kind to one another and do something extra special. Even if it's just write happy birthday on a Post-it and stick it on somebody's, monitor at work. Just something. Make a phone call, text, tweet, MySpace. I don't know. I heard MySpace is coming back, actually.
Oh, really?
By the way.
Oh.
I did hear that. But today, from all of us here at Shop Talk, Freedom Radio, and all of our affiliates, we want you to have the best day ever. So happy birthday.
Thank you so much, Ashley. We appreciate you. Shout out to my birthday twin, Vivian Levias, in the building. She and I share the same birthday. However, she is a year older than I am. But I'm glad to have her hanging out with us. Dee Dee Felder chimes in, and she asks me, where is Pancho Romero? Normally, for the last few weeks, he's been sitting over my shoulder. Let me tell you something. I text Pancho at 2:00 in the afternoon to remind him about tonight's show. And he texted me right at 4:58 and said, man, I just woke up. And I didn't want to ask him why he was just waking up, but I'm sure if he was here to tell us, he would tell us that he probably has been running revival at the zoo with the snakes and with the gerbils and mice and rats, realizing that even they need salvation. He says that before he closes his eyes, he wants every animal, every gerbil, every bird, every fowl of the air, every fish in the sea to hear the gospel of Jesus the Christ. So I know he's resting, preparing for his next night of revival. We will keep you posted on the next time that Pancho is available to run revival at your church. All right. Lord, anyway, let's keep things going, y'all. And as we do so, this is actually a great time because I want to, first of all, shout out again to everybody that is hanging out with us on Instagram. I know this is something that we don't do on the regular. For those of you hanging out on Instagram, whether you're hanging out on the Freedom page or if you are hanging out on the Ashland's page, we just want to say welcome. Shout out to Jada Spite, who was hanging out with us on the Freedom Instagram. What is going on? Glad to have you hanging out with us. All right. Listen, I want to get ready to throw it out to Charlotte, North Carolina, to our eye in the sky, if you will, the person that was everywhere last weekend, our own Yolanda Morant, who got a chance to be a part of many events. Many of you know that the Stellar Award weekend happened last weekend. We will get a chance to view the actual event on August the 30th. But listen, everything came right to Yolanda's doorstep. And I know that she had a great time being able to make things happen. So Yolanda, bring us up to speed as much as you can as to what happened over the weekend. Don't worry, I won't solo you yet, but go right ahead. Bring us up to speed.
I need the energy of the people. All right, it's my McDonald's wife, Mary. No, you know what? The truth is, I could say a lot of things. I would say this. It was one of the best. I think I've been going to the Stellar Awards since 2012. It was one of the best Stellar Awards I've ever attended. I don't know what made it. I think the intention I think the intention of it all, right? Like me and Demetrius been together to do it. Me and Demetrius, me and Ashley never been together to do it. Me and Ja'Cory. I just think the intention from the top down, right? We churchy. From the head down, it flows, right? I'm serious. I think I just think there was some internal decisions that occurred that opened the door for it to be great. And people who have never been just everyday people, people, they may not be artists and things like that. They came, they had a good time. The church kids was outside. And I saw a lot of artists who were having their very, Demetrius not calling them church kids. That means they're adults. They just, we church kids. And people who had never been, like artists who had never been, they'd never had the opportunity. I met a lot of people their first time ever attended. And I like that when they came, it was like in a good space, because sometimes your first time is not the best time and we figuring things out. I like that people came and they had a good time. I heard a lot of good responses, all the negativity. You can't listen to people because they weren't here. Yeah. So I liked all of the camaraderie that I saw, the camaraderie where I felt. Shout out to this 2 choirs in Memphis, because I saw a lot of commentary like people didn't come together. Nope, there were 2 choirs from Memphis. I believe one leader's name was Miss Pamela Anderson. They came, 2 separate entities. They came and sang together on Carlos Hale's event for both of their sets. And they killed it.
Wow.
So it was just amazing. There were so many events. There were about 50 plus events over a course of 4 days. And I know everybody says it's a lot, but there's only so many weeks. As my pastor said, there's only so many weeks in a month.
Yeah.
There's only so many days in a week, and there's only so many hours in a day. Right. Yeah. So I don't know if it's fair to say there should have been less events. There's enough room for everybody. There's enough room for everybody to succeed. There's enough room for everybody to be filled. And I could go on and on. It was great. The actual taping was phenomenal. Start to finish. I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but it's 1000% worth watching. Now, here's the thing. When you're in the building, as Michi knows, you get to see what you're not going to see on television.
Absolutely.
Because you only got so much time to compact it and commercials. So, there might be some parts that we got to see that you get to see. But in its totality, it was great. Only thing was missing was y'all. Y'all have been here to been better.
Well, and the funny thing was I'm doing a new position at work. I just got it's not really a raise, it's not a promotion, but I just got a new position and I'm not on the phones. Thank you. Thank you, Lord Jesus. But it just so happened that my schedule was where I could have came. I was off Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday, but I didn't know that until the last minute. And had I known a week or 2 before that, I would have snuck down there really quick and didn't try to make things happen. But I did not get a chance to make it out there. But Carlos Hale in the building again. He mentioned just a moment ago over 12,000 people attended the show. Absolutely amazing stuff. We are glad that you had a great time and you were able to represent all of us in that particular instance. Before we go any further, I got to get ready to bring up my guy who is normally our other Stellar Award guru. He did not get a chance to go. Shout out to Bishop Reed, who says that Bishop Hezekiah's Choir Fest is seen to be long but good. I'm sure it was long. Yeah, I'm sure it was long. But you know what? Yeah, I'm sure. But it's always good. I've heard that a million times, that it's always good. And I have been to maybe 1 or 2 choir fests before, and it was amazing the times that I went. I want to be able to express it or attend it again. And even the Stellar Awards weekend, I want to be able to make it happen again. Speaking of Stellar Awards and great people who know all about it, let's get ready to bring up our next co-host out in Hercules as well. I think he's made it back to his place of residence. He is here, Ashland's bestie. So you know what we got to do. We've got to get a knock at the door as we get ready to bring up my guy, the one and only Ja'Cory Prothro. Ja'Cory, man.
Oh, yeah.
What is
well, praise the Lord. I ain't never stood at a door that long and rang the doorbell that long, but I'm here. Praise God.
I can't. You know what? We're glad to have you hanging out with us. And you're coming at a good time, man, because we're talking about one of your favorite events of the year. I know you didn't get a chance to go, man, but this is one of your times, man, where you always like to go and shine and hook people up and make things happen and introduce, people, man. Stellar Award weekend, man. I know you didn't go, but I know you've heard all about things, man. So what's your thought on it, bro?
I'm really not happy that I did not make it this year, but sometimes you have to restructure and plant and seed into your own self. And that's what I'm doing in this season because I have new music coming. And it was just like, guess what?
Yeah.
This little bit can become much if I place it on my back end and not just, it just didn't make sense for me to go this year, but I enjoyed every video I've seen. I was just a little interested and curious about some of the fashion I've seen. It seemed like we was lagging in that department, but praise the Lord anyhow.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Man, shout out to Jonathan Key, who said that he was there. He is from the Bay, but he said he was there, and he said, I was there, and the musical concerts were off the chain. He said, especially the pre-show event. He said it was amazing. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Arlita Bass. What is going on? Glad to have you hanging out with us. Jonathan further says that the Choir Fest and did not end until 2:30 a.m. I promise you.
2:49.
I promise you.
Yeah, I mean, that's normal. That's normal.
Yeah.
It started
It started at almost 11:15.
No,
Yep,
It was nice watching it in my bed. It
No.
was good.
Yeah, some
watching
people,
it
most
right
people
there.
are still coming from the taping, and then
No.
you got all the people in the building, and all the things. But let me tell you this.
What time y'all say? 2:49?
My church was last.
2:49 a.m.
It was like
to be exact.
2:49.
No,
Yeah, it was like
there's no way.
2:49. Shout out to my
Nope.
church for saying the building upside and down.
Wait, that's your choir that
My
had the
God.
green? The green?
Yeah, that's my church.
Life City.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
That is
of
my new
Christ.
favorite choir.
Yeah,
Choir of the year. I don't care.
Wow.
I love it. I'm
Choir
glad.
of the year. Consistent,
I think some
consistent all weekend long.
Thank
Yeah.
you so
All
much.
weekend.
Yeah, I did see some snippets. Of course, Instagram was flooded with stuff. Facebook was flooded as well. Good stuff. I think it's great, and I can't wait. Did they announce next year's city, or is it too early to know?
No, it's gonna be in Charlotte again. So get your tickets, honey buns.
Oh.
It's gonna be in
that's
Charlotte
so
again.
far.
I want
Ooh,
to
that's far.
So it's
Can
really
they,
far.
they need to roll
We
the dice
played
on
on y'all
that.
streets, in y'all hot Vegas streets, but we could not breathe. We played on
No,
y'all
it was
Vegas
hot. It was. I heard it was super hot in the
streets. It's hot, but it's
Carolinas.
humid over here. So-
Well, the only thing is, I wish they would have did it somewhere in the middle of the country because,
Like Texas.
yeah, Texas somewhere. Because the reason why I say that because it makes it so hard for us to get
Chicago.
out there. Yeah, because here's what happens for me. It's and Jacory and Ashley. It takes a whole day for me to fly there.
Mhm.
Then to come back, it takes a whole day for me to fly back.
How long is the flight? Like 4 hours?
4 hours.
No,
That's gonna get me
No.
to Dallas. 4 hours from Charlotte's gonna get me to Dallas. That's
no.
what it's gonna get me.
And here's the thing. It's hard to get a direct flight now. Like a lot of the airlines are not doing direct flights. And I was talking to somebody about this actually recently. And I think what it is that flight attendants and pilots don't get paid until they pull back from the, from the
They don't
gate.
start getting right. Mhm.
Exactly. And so it cuts down the time that people are paid. So if you get a flight, then you're only getting paid for 2 hours as opposed to 6 hours, for the flight. So
Yeah.
it's hard to get a direct flight. Now, if you want a direct flight, you're going to pay. You can get on a United or you can get on an American or you can get on something like that. But if for us here in Oakland, Southwest is the way that we fly. And so Southwest, you're not going to find a direct West Coast to East Coast flight. They don't exist. You're going to have to go through,
Wow.
you're going to have to go
Atlanta,
through
Dallas.
Arizona,
Yeah.
I was just
Atlanta.
gonna say Atlanta
um,
because I know some people that flew actually from the West Coast into Atlanta and then just drove up to Charlotte because Charlotte's on like 2.5, 3 hour drive from here.
Yeah.
It's not that far, and
Yeah.
they actually they said it was actually cheaper than them actually trying to get a
Sure.
flight from where is it coming from, Seattle to Charlotte. They said it was
Mhm.
cheaper for them to fly from Seattle into Atlanta and actually found a direct straight through nonstop flight.
Wow.
Oh, well, I just heard a bird say that Freedom Radio may be on the ballot next year. I don't know how
Oh,
it got in the
my.
house, but praise the
Well, you
Lord.
know-
I feel all of that. I'm excited to go next year because my best friend is going to be either mentioned or performing at next year's Stellars. I'm going to speak it as if it is already done. I cannot wait to see what God is going to do in your life. And
Yeah.
I will be right there to carry your bags. Yes, I will. Yes.
That's
I
good
will.
stuff. Now, speaking of us being nominated, I mean, that whole option rests in our own hands. And the reason why I say that is the initial ballot, anybody who has a radio station, you can self-nominate. but it's the voting after that. So once you're self-nominated, you get to that first ballot. Now you dependent on the people to vote you on to the next round. So getting on the initial ballot is simple. It's just moving on forward from there. Even as I look to my left on my trophy case, I do see and Yolanda was there with us when we received this. I still see our nomination plaque when we were nominated in long time ago. Yeah, 2013, I think that says over there.
Wow.
And it's been that long since we were nominated. Again, it's hard to get to that second level of nomination. You can get on the first ballot, but that second one takes everybody you know. I remember that particular year. Y'all gonna laugh at me. You're gonna think I'm crazy. But that particular year that we got nominated, I took time out every day and I went to a bunch of cell phone stores and I got on each one of their phones and voted for Freedom Radio. I know y'all think I'm crazy. I went to cell
That's
phone.
not crazy.
stores.
That's called innovative. That's what
I got on every cell phone in every one of those stores, and I voted for us as many times as it would let me. I think it was like 5 times. I went to the next phone, then I went to the next phone, then I went to the iPad, then I went to whatever else was available. Then I left that store, went to the next carrier store, and did the same thing over and over again. I kept doing that until I got tired, and then I ended up at Chili's and got some hot fajitas and ice cream pie.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
Anyway, let's get ready to keep things going. Shout out to, I think I mentioned Adrian Johnson. If I didn't, what's going on, Auntie Pooey? Glad to have you hanging out with us. Shout out to Angela Williams in the building. Tyree Miller in the building. What is
Tyree?
Glad to have you in the building. Shout out again to Carlos Hill says crazy faith. Yeah, man, I'm crazy like that. I believe we can do it, but it takes more than just me. I'm gonna just stop right there. It takes more than just me to be able to make things happen. Shout out to Pastor Kenneth McDaniels, Adrian, who was laughing at me. Yep, and J-Mo, who is in the building cutting up. Anyway, let's get ready to keep things going. And in doing so, we got 2 things that we're going to talk about. And so I'm going to start with what I think might be the easier of the 2 first, and that is Demetrius Hunter, Ja'Cory Prothro, Yolanda Morant, and Ashlyn Cole. Walmart is still in the news. We talked about it last week, and what happened with the young man that was being banned from being able to go to Walmart and purchase people's groceries. I don't know why that situation was like that, because if you're getting the money, who cares where the groceries go to as long as you get your money? But now we're finding out that Ashton, as of next Friday, which is a great day, good God, August 28th, there is now going to be a boycott similar to what happened with Target. And Ashton, I want to throw it out to you to get us started on this. So we're getting ready to start boycotting Walmart. I haven't been to a Walmart probably in about 3 or 4 years, but now we're being asked this community, our community, to get ready to boycott Walmart. But Ashton, what's your thought on this, sisterin?
This is a tough one for me. This is a tough one, and not because I think that it's right or wrong. I think that wrong is wrong. And if you're not paying your workers a fair wage, that's wrong. If you're raking in billions and billions of dollars and you've got people there who are on EBT and you know what I'm saying? Like you're double dipping. Yeah, that's wrong. Here's what happens though, when the people boycott a company like this. The people that suffer are the workers. Because what will end up happening is that the level of sales will go down. And let's say they have $1 million worth of sales, 750,000 of those dollars might go to corporate. That might pay the executive salary or all that stuff. And then they have, a percentage that's left over for the workers. If you boycott and their bottom line drops and they're not making enough money, who's going to pay the cost for that? Do you think they're going to take it out of the CEO's salaries first? No, they're going to take it out of the workers' salaries, and the workers are going to get laid off and the hours are going to be cut. And there's going to be, there's not an exact science to this, but what I would love for people to do is consider unionizing. Where did when did we give up on the union? You know, when I was growing up, being part of the union was the way to go. That's how you did it. You know, my father was a longshoreman and they unionized, and that's how they were taken care of. They were protected. Their wages were protected. Their health care was protected. They had a union rep. They had somebody that they could go to if there was unfair, you know, circumstances or unsafe circumstances. So where did that come from? So I'm not saying do it or don't do it. These are just my thoughts. And I'm very neutral on this. You know,
Yeah.
I don't agree with how Walmart banned Damon Darling.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of how that whole thing went out. He's doing nothing but helping people, and that is money that is being put back into your organization. He's coming in paying cash, and he's paying for groceries, and he's paying for things, and he's doing things for people. Why would you want to get on the bad side of that? Why would you
Mhm.
want to get on the wrong side of that? So you know, I'm not sure what the right thing to do is. I know that you do need to follow the money, but you've got to take the money out of the corporate pockets.
Mhm.
You got to find a way to get the money out of the corporate pockets, not out of the people's pockets. And
Yeah.
that's going to cause more problems than are already there.
I'm with you. I'm with you. And I want to shout out what JMO puts on. He says that Damon said he didn't want folks to
Right.
boycott Walmart. However, this boycott is not necessarily based on what happened to
No.
Damon. It's more so about the employees and their lack of wages and benefits. Shout out to Andrea Scruggs out in Ohio, who says they cut a lot of workers already, and we don't get paid or discounts for you know, all these things that she's saying, or for self checkout. That's yeah, I hear you. I'm not mad at it. And Bishop Breed says good stuff to you, Ashlyn. That is good stuff. So now, before we go any further, Demetrius, I unusually am coming to you next. Normally, I would save you a little bit later, but I want to throw it out to you, man. What is your thought on this, man? We're getting ready to try to boycott. Again, not because of what happened to the young man, but more so for the benefit of the workers and their lack of wages and benefits and things of that nature. What's your thought, bro?
I mean, my thought still remains the same as I've always pointed out in the beginning. While everybody was so focused on Target and certain companies during the DEI removal initiative, with a lot of these Fortune 500 companies, which Walmart was one. So, you know, for me, like I've always said, it's no surprise that they were going to be caught up in something at some point. I definitely hear what Ashley is saying as far as, you know, it hurting the workers. But again, that's a choice that Walmart will have to make, because again, you have to remember this is a $14 billion a day industry store. So this company makes about 14 million billion dollars or something to that effect. They make a large, not weekly, not monthly, but this is their daily take in. So a 7-day boycott, that's not even going to really damage it. It might put a little tap in the low wallet, but I don't think it's going to damage them to the point to where they're going to be, you know, laying off people in large volumes due to this boycott. Because the boycott, again, I believe is only for 7 days. It's only a 7-day boycott. Again, they're making millions to billions of dollars daily in sales at Walmart stores. So, you know, companies like that, they're not, you know, this boycott is only going to maybe cause a meeting. They're probably going to gather up in their boardroom and maybe look at a few things. But as far as them looking at what the volume of money that they're going to lose, they know they're going to make this back after 7 days. So they're going to get all that money back. They're not even looking at that. So, you know, we have to, you know, still stand on ground and make moves, because they are double dipping. They should be paying more. Definitely hear Ashton about the unions, but then there are states like the one I live in where unions is not a thing. We don't have unions here in Georgia. So, you know, a lot of states are not
Really
unionized. So,
interesting.
you
Okay.
know, that's a good point. But when your states don't offer that, what do you have? So this is the
Mm.
only way they can get those voices out, which a lot of these boycotts are starting in these places that are non-unionized.
I'm with
Well,
you,
then
man.
what you do is you get the workers to walk off. That's where you get the workers to walk off, and then of course they're not going to get paid for a day, but the store
Yeah.
has to shut down. They can't bring in 400 people at every single store. So you pick one day and you call
Hmm.
for all people, all employees, all workers, all deliveries. Do not go to work on that day. That's one small sacrifice that we can make that will have a huge impact, and they will not be able to, or you turn the power off.
Yeah. I'm
These
with
are
you.
things that you can do.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you this, we will see what happens. I did not know that they made that much money, but it does make sense. I mean, all the stores that they have nationwide for them to make that much money in one day. So I'm curious to see what will happen again. It is proposed to happen next Friday, August the 28th. We will see what happens. Obviously, we'll have another show before then, but I am curious to see what will happen. When we did the whole Target thing, people were still going to Target. So, it is what it is. We will find out and see if it has any type of hit on their bottom line, and we'll see what happens from there. All right, y'all, we're going to keep things going. And now, first of all, I want to take a moment. I just want to say thank you. I know I said it last week, but I want to take a moment again and say thank you to everyone that tunes in and hangs out with us each and every week again.
All right.
Yeah, it's okay. And then I do know today is a new day. It is a different time. So thank you for those of you who made the adjustment to hang out with us. I want to take this time as we get ready to go into Ask Shop Talk. I just want to say thank you. We've been posting these things on Instagram. Thank you to Yolanda and Ashlyn for encouraging me to post these reels of the Ask Shop Talk. People have been hitting me up from around the country. I've gotten a lot more traction on my little personal Facebook page. I'm so excited. But anyway, I am ready to get ready now for today's Ask Shop Talk. And today's Ask Shop Talk is, we've been dealing with a relationship type stuff. Each week we've been dealing with something relationship wise. Today is no different. And it goes a little bit like this. Today's Ask Shop Talk is forgiving someone the same as trusting them again?
Oh.
I'm going to say that one more time for those in the back. Today's Ask Shop Talk is forgiving someone the same as trusting them again. Let's talk about it. All right, y'all. Let's get everybody back up. Here, I'm ready to get into this, and I'm going to go out of my normal order because Jacory, I'm going to start with you, man. Is forgiving someone the same as trusting them again?
Not for me. That's like oil and water. I may forgive you, but that trusting piece, you're gonna have to be put through a series of tests.
I hear you, man. I'm not mad at you. I feel you. Depending on how I feel, I may share a scenario before we have gone to get you guys started. Shout out to Angela Williams, who says no. Shout out to Pastor Jackie Melton, who says nope. Shout out to my homegirl, Andrea Scruggs, who says, shaking my head, no. Shout out to Auntie Pooey, who says, nope, not at all. J-Mo, the truth teller, says, not the same, Doc. Kevin Moore, the saxophonist extraordinaire, chimes in and says no as well. Angela Williams chimes in again and says, absolutely not. The bishop is in. Bishop Charles F. Reed says, absolutely not. Allegra says, I can forgive you, but I won't trust you again. She says you won't be picked back or placed back in the same place you were before and before you showed up. And she says she's good. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Sister Vicky chimes in and she says, I don't think so. I can forgive you, but I ain't forgot. My trust has been tainted. And then Bishop chimes in and says, forgiveness is given. Trust is earned. Brother, listen, I'm not mad at you about that at all. All right. So now I'm going a little out of order. So now, Yolanda, I want to throw it out to you this time now and ask you the question. Is forgiving someone the same as trusting them again? What's your thought?
No, of course not. We're all going to agree today. No, but I just thought about the Bible talks about if you forgive your brother 70 times 7, right? And so if we want to treat people if we want to be treated, we all should treat people the way you want to be treated, right? And if God forgives us again, does he trust us again? That would be my question. And so I think we have to use wisdom. I think you have to compartmentalize people. Should I trust you with my heart again? Should I trust you with my space again? I think you have to have wisdom in that, right? If Demetrius steps on my toe on purpose, which he wouldn't, right? Do I forgive him? Yes. Do I trust him with my total? Yeah, I don't know. I think sometimes we forget that we want people to treat us a certain way, but we don't give them the same. So if you made an error, would you want to be forgiven? Yes. Would you want to be trusted again? Yes. I just think it depends on the situation. I'm not saying let the boy come back to your house, okay? I'm saying, or the girl. What I'm saying is you have to have wisdom. But I do think the pastor said trust is earned. So if you're in a relationship, I just think it depends, right? If you stole, do I let you in my wallet? Do I let you buy my purse again? No. I just think it's the situation. Because if it's in a relationship, it's a marriage, and someone messed up, and you're here for the long haul and death, all that. Well, eventually I have to trust you again, because if I don't, I'm gonna be over your head every day. I think it depends on the situation. My first thought was no, but I think it depends.
Okay. I'm not mad at you. I like the fact that it depends on the situation and the people who are involved too. So I'm with you on that. So Demetrius, I don't think I've come to you yet on this one. So I ask you, is forgiving someone the same as trusting them again?
No, absolutely not. I can forgive, but that doesn't mean I'm going to trust you right away. Now, Yolanda made a very good point that kind of made me go, now that's kind of interesting. Does, God forgive us and then trust us yet again? But, at the same time, like, well, maybe I ain't that saved then, I guess. Because, when it comes to forgiveness and trusting, those are separate for me. And I can forgive you, but I don't have to still trust you again. Because there's people I forgive, but I don't even want you around me no more. So does that mean that I don't trust them? Or does that just mean I just don't want them around me? Like, it depends on the situation, as Yolanda's previously said. It kind of depends on the situation as to what the outcome is going to be. But 9 times out of 10, once you break that trust with me, it's like hard to get back. It's just hard to get back, because I'm a loyal person. When we built that friendship and that connection of trust and that bond, it's a different level of connection. And so once you break that and sit that apart, it's like, nah, you stay over there. I'm good. We ain't got no beef.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can't even fade like that.
I hear you. I'm not mad at you, man. Again, it is to each his own. I'm going to save my story. I was going to share something, but I'm going to save it. So I'm going to throw that to you, Ashlyn. Lastly, to give us your thought: is forgiving someone the same as trusting them again? What's your thought?
Well, I think that is a choice. I think it's a choice. You get an opportunity to make a choice. So when Jesus was hanging on the cross and there were two men on either side of him, one man on either side of him, he didn't say the two men. They're not referred to as the two men. They're referred to as the thieves. So when somebody shows you who they are, that's who they are. If somebody cheats, they're a cheater. If somebody lies, they're a liar. If somebody steals, they're a thief. And so we've been given that example and shown that example. They didn't have to be referred to as thieves. They could have just been two men that was up on the cross, but it's not. And so I think that if you show me who you are, if you adopt a tiger, you decide that you want a cat as a pet, but you adopt a tiger, you can't be surprised when it bites you because it's a doggone tiger. So you've got to know who people are, and you have to know who they are to you. And so you've got to then make a decision. If this person has come in my home and something went missing, and then I asked you about it and you lied, but I know you took it because you was the only one that was in here. Guess what? You're a liar and a thief. So can I forgive you? Yes. But are you going to be invited back into my house again? Absolutely not. Because now I know who you are.
Yeah, I get it. And I've had some situations that I'm a very trusting person until you cross me. And I give people time and chance after chance. I had a scenario. I said I wasn't going to talk about it because I don't want to get mad again. But just know I had a lifelong friend. The short version, I had a lifelong friend do something unthinkable, and I couldn't believe that this lifelong friend who I'd been friends with since we were teenagers would do something like they did to me. He did, later on, I don't even know if he asked for forgiveness or not, but I trusted him. I trusted him with some things that I probably shouldn't have, but nonetheless, I was crossed. And let me tell you something. It's every time I think about it, even now, it still stings. And man, and I'm not even talking about what Yolanda's probably thinking about. I had a whole.
Yeah, because I was like, it just came back, friend, and I just, my Holy Ghost had to subject me.
Yeah, I'm not even talking
about this thing, because where is the boy?
I don't know.
That's what I want to know. Where is the boy?
Don't
let me find him.
I don't know. I don't know.
Vaseline and no earrings.
Vengeance is mine, saith the
Absolutely.
Lord. So if somebody crosses you, the best thing that you can do is give them to God.
Absolutely. And that's what I have done. And again, I'm not even making reference to the scenario that Yolanda's probably thinking about, because I can tell y'all about that. But anyway, listen, I'm looking at the clock. We're not out of conversation, as you already know, but we're just really out of time. But listen, I want to first of all thank everybody that made the adjustment to meet us tonight. This is going to be our new norm for right now. So mark your calendars for Tuesdays now at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, and that would be 6 p.m. Mountain. Make the adjustment to join us here on these particular days now as we get ready to move forward. On behalf of Demetrius Hunter, Ja'Cory Prothro, Yolanda Wild Praise Moran, and of course, Ashlyn Tara Cole, my name is Demetrius Tollfree. Until the next time on this same Shop Talk Network at this same Shop Talk time. Y'all know how we do it, y'all. You ain't got to say it. We gone. I'm a holler. Yep, Econo. Thank you.